Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do a pick a card reading for all of you lovely people who want to know if the person that you're interested in or that you're thinking about is your soulmate or if they're the one. Okay, so essentially, I'm looking to see if they are the person that you're gonna pretty much end up with, or a person that you're gonna have some kind of long-term relationship with. Now, it may not be, 6-7 years or longer. It could be, I think of a long-term relationship as being more than 5 years. For most people, that's longer term. Anything under that is pretty much a shorter term kind of relationship. So, I'm really looking to see if you're going to end up with the person that you're interested in, and or at least getting together with them in some kind of long-term way. So for this pick a card reading, I laid out 3 cards, and the first one I pulled was the Queen of Pentacles. So this is group 1. It looks like this from the beginning, and the card itself is the Queen of Pentacles. So if you chose group 1, then this part of the reading is for you. The first impression that I got from the Queen of Pentacles was there being actually potential. So, and I'm going to lay out a spread to see what else I see, but essentially, if there's a person that you're interested in, there's potential for it to go somewhere. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that it will. I am going to look to see if, what else comes up in the cards, but to me, it just means that there's this potential for it to be something more than just a hookup, something more than just dating, something more than just like a 3-month thing. She's also one of the cards that represents pregnancy. So for those of you people who are wanting to conceive or wanting to have a child with someone, to me this is having a child with someone. This is pregnancy. To me, she a lot of times can be a little bit further along. 6 months along, can even be between 6 and 9 months along. She's well into her pregnancy. So some of you may be watching and you are pregnant and you're interested if like maybe the father of your child or the father of the baby is going to be your long-term match or spouse. If you're gonna end up in a relationship with them. So I kind of am interested to see, there's potential for it to go someplace. That's my feeling. That's my first feeling is yes, there's potential. So I want to see what else we've got around this. So those of you who are watching and you're a guy, this can be the person that you're interested in also. So ladies that are watching, to me, this can be you. This can also just represent the energy around the relationship. Some of you are really going places in life. Like to me, like my guide said, you're going places. So some of you may be very high powered in career. You may not necessarily prioritize love or romance. You may have your eye on someone. This could be someone, if you're female and you date other females. This could also be, again, to me, like a relationship having a lot of growth. To me, it's like a growing thing. And to me, my guy said growing pains. So some of you, like, it's a process. Like, it's not necessarily going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little while or time. The whole pregnancy thing is about time. So like within, I'd say 6 months, 9 months, could even be a year. I also did get the number 3 very strongly. So it could be 3 months within a 3-month period of time. That things are really going to change. You're going to see some serious changes within the relationship. Like, I don't feel like you're going to, if you're watching this and you're like, is there going to be any hope for this person? I feel like yes, but it's going to come in time and it's going to happen more slowly, and it's not going to be necessarily like you're going to get together like today. I don't see that. I do feel like this is the father of your, or mother of your child, of your future child. For those of you who are watching, you may also be parents. Those of you who are watching group 1, you may be parents, and or there may be more than one person involved in your situation where it's like you have kids, or you're planning on, you really want to have kids with someone, and this may be like the person that you're interested in. And to me, it's a little bit more complicated than just you being single per se. Like, I'm not saying, I don't necessarily see like a third party situation in this group, but I definitely feel like single, I feel like there's some element of, yeah, like I want to say of being a parent, or becoming a parent. Some of you, it's becoming a mother. This is, you being a mother, already. Some of you, like, to me, this can be a single parent kind of thing. If you're a single parent, and you've chosen this group, please message me in the comments and let me know. Because I feel like the road for you it has been rocky. And if you have your eye on someone, the road to being with that person is kind of rocky. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like there's been a lot of problems in the past. You have the 5 of Wands, which is a really great card in reverse, coming in from the outside. And the 5 of Wands in reverse, to me, is about problems falling away. Things just kind of miraculously falling away. And of course there's fireworks. I'm recording on the 4th of July, so I'm asking for it today. Yeah, like, to me, it's just like, and maybe the fireworks is like, okay, it's a celebration, like, problems falling away, this is good, This can be like things just kind of turning around for the better. For those of you who have been a single parent, maybe this is where, your problems kind of ease up, or you're really wanting for your problems or maybe hectic lifestyle to kind of ease up. There's something about easing up here. I also feel like this is a card about, a lot of times, about a guy or girl, but most of the time it's a guy who's kind of run for the hills. And I feel like for some of you, there's a realization that, like, you were like the one that got away, or like there's some element of regret that maybe they kind of ran for the hills, or they left a situation. There's some element of regret that maybe trying to go back and do it again, have a relationship like the right way the first time. There's something about things happening in reverse. So some of you, it's like you hook up with someone, you get pregnant, and like then you end up with them. Some of you, it's like you do all the things like in the reverse way. So like normally maybe you would go out on a date and you get to know someone and blah blah blah, that would all happen, but maybe in your case it didn't happen that way, or it's not going to happen in that way. So for those of you who are watching and this hasn't happened yet, I feel like this is like, there's something about going in reverse, like someone who's doing things in reverse. I also feel very strongly that there's a water sign element here, or someone who has strong water in their chart, because to me this is a circular, there's something about going back in the circular way. So like, I want to say Pisces, a lot of times Pisces do that, they go back again, they come around again. There are people that are waiting for someone to come back. I was going to do a video on that. Please, message me in the comments if you want me to do a pick a card. I think I should do a specific pick a card for people who are waiting for someone to come back into their life. But the thing is it's such a common question that I feel like I'm kind of hesitant to record one about that. I don't know why. I just am not really called right now to do that, but please message me, let me know if that's something that you want. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because some beautiful butterflies are attracted to my flowers on my porch. So, yeah, I mean, so yeah, there's something about, maybe there's something about there is something about coming back into, you know, the story kind of continues. Maybe the chapter ended with someone and then the story is kind of continuing again, starting over, starting fresh, or maybe wanting to start fresh. There is something about an incident where maybe somebody got upset because you have the Devil in the immediate future, but you also have the Temperance card in the position of emotions. To me, that's like maybe somebody got upset when they were drinking, you know, or maybe they were a little bit high on something and like maybe they just like lost it a little bit, you know, or maybe you made a mistake with this person in the sense that like maybe you said some things or you did some things which you regret. To me, there's an element of regret here. Maybe they regret it, maybe you regret it, how things went down, how things happened, element of drama too for this group. So those of you who are watching, to me, there's an element of drama here. You know, because, okay, so this is what I call a 50-50 split. For those of you who haven't watched me before, the final 4 cards in a 10-card Celtic Cross spread, I can be split positive and negative. And this is where the top 2 cards, and I'll show you those cards, are positive. So this is where essentially the 50-50 split is actually it's more glass half full in the sense that it's more positive, and more than likely the 50% chance that it'll happen with this person is there. Okay, now anytime there's a 50-50 split, and I'm just going to say this, means that depending on that person's choices and your choices, things can really go one way or the other. This person has to choose to be with you, and you have to choose to be with them. And when it comes to love and relationships, it's hard to know sometimes how that other person is going to choose. You can't choose for them, and I don't recommend doing that. You have to make your own decisions and focus on you, and not get too caught up into what they're gonna do, in the sense that like, what are they thinking? Like some people like to get into what they're thinking and where the game is at with them. I feel like they have been really busy. I mean, I'm serious about that, because the 5 of Wands to me is like an overflow of busy, like a person who's like way too busy for their own good. And then in the sense that like when they are not so busy and they have time to think about things, then maybe the light will click on, in the sense that like they'll realize like, okay, like this is a person that I want to be with, this is a person that I want to spend some time with. Okay, so let's talk about, I really want to jump to the outcome. My guy's like, okay, talk about the outcome. Okay, so like the outcome is the moving card, 7 of Cups. So either you or someone else is going to be moving, and it really depends on, as far as like logistically, job-wise, how you're gonna make it happen. If you're gonna be with this person, most likely you or they will have to move. There's gonna have to be some kind of major shift. Some of you are like in a long distance relationship, and this is like, you know, as far as it working out, are you going to be able to make it work long distance? I feel like it's possible, you know, especially if you really have strong attachment to this person. And the thing is, the Devil card can be like an element of attachment, or an element of control, or an element of like having, like being in a controlling relationship, or wanting some kind of control. It's my feeling is, I guess my question, okay, this is what I want to see. It's so polarized. It's totally polarized, in the sense that like some of you, if you did move, it's going to lead to heartbreak. It's not going to work out. If you did end up moving for this person, or if you end up trying to make it work, or if they end up moving to be with you, or you try to merge families and whatnot, build a castle together. To me, the Seven of Cups can indicate moving in together also. She's pointing to the castle in the sky. She's pointing to this castle in the sky, and there's a lot to be said about that. As far as this card and the meaning of this card, my guide is showing me also Anne of Green Gables, one of my favorite movies, where she tells Gilbert, I don't want, diamond castle, what was that, diamond sunbursts and marble halls, I just want you. And maybe there's an element of you wanting to give the world to the person that you end up with, or the next relationship that you have, but really all that they want is you. Maybe they just want some time with you, or maybe you want some time with them. It's not going to matter at the end of the day how much money you have, or how much you can give to the person, or if you can build this amazing house, because a lot of times all that stuff, when you're tested by life, does not matter in the end. It just does not matter. Yeah, money makes things better, but not always. So I feel like there's something about priorities, prioritizing love, prioritizing making time and prioritizing them in your life, not succumbing to that material lifestyle or whatnot, because it's not about the house. It's really about wanting to be with someone. So if somebody really wants to be with you, they'll be with you regardless of where they live and whatever they're doing. People, to me, it feels a little bit like a sacrifice is gonna have to be made. Now, some of you may have already made a sacrifice to be with this person, or some of you may be married to this person. To me, it's, you've been building a life together, and whatever life you've built together, to me, for some of you, isn't working out, or it's not going to work out. Now, others, it's what would it take in order for it to work out, in order for this person to be in your life long term? And I think what it's going to take is them deciding, number one, them deciding they want to be with you. Number two, them making some kind of sacrifice to be with you. Number three, them prioritizing you in the sense that you need to become their number one person. You need to become that person that they want to be with, that they are more than anything, and they have to be willing to build, I want to say build a life. Okay, so to me this is building a life with someone. The Seven of Cups, to me, there's a strong element of building a life, making plans, planning to be with that person, building a life together. What does it mean to build a life? For me, it's not about necessarily having the house and the pool and the 3-car garage. It's really about making a life together that makes each other happy in whatever way that is. Some people want to sit on their porch and drink beer. That's them building a life together, spending time, taking time out of their schedule to spend time with that partner. Maybe it's planning on having children and starting a family. Some of it's building a life is buying a house, is buying a property. To me, this is buying a house, buying property, taking that next step in a relationship. So it's doing things together, regardless of how big or how small it is. Okay. Now, the polarizing factor is that I pulled 2 cards. So I pulled the 3 of Swords, which is about heartbreak and loss and whatever, and it not working out. And then we also have the Ace of Cups, which is about a tremendous amount of feelings and having very strong feelings for someone, very, very strong emotions. It's almost like some of you, it's you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do about your feelings. Now, some of you may have broken up with someone and you still have feelings. There's residual feelings that are very strong. Others, it's it's not, okay, so for some people, it's not meant to work out. If you were to move to be with someone, it's not meant to work out. For others, whatever sacrifice that you're willing to make, or whatever sacrifice they're willing to make, you're doing it because you have very strong feelings for that person. Like, you're willing to sacrifice something, you know, or maybe it's an element of loss that has to happen first. Like, maybe it's maybe a job loss or something's a catalyst and it frees up your time. Maybe it's maybe distance and separation makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe it's they move away, they'll realize that they have feelings for you, and then come back and try to figure out a way to build a life together. You know, it's more complicated. There's a lot of decisions that need to be made here. Get the Ace of Swords showing up as well. So I really feel like it's going to depend. It's really going to depend on each situation. The one of you or someone that's watching has very strong feelings for someone who maybe isn't in contact, and or someone who you're very different, either difference in personality, or you have different opinions about things, or different ways that you see things, because you're the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is, I haven't used this term in a really long time, is the Bloody Wanker card. And the Bloody Wanker card is about someone who you see a potential with them, but they don't see it with you. And they give you the axe, you know, they cut you off, they ghost you, whatever. So some of you have very strong feelings for someone like that, but again, you know, I feel like there's stages or steps to this relationship, in the sense that for those of you who really want to be with this person that you're thinking about, there's an element of disconnect that you're going to need to address. Either they're going to have to work on their communication skills, you're going to have to work on your communication skills. Some of you, it feels like either you're going to be going through a divorce, or you're trying to decide whether to get a divorce from this person too. And it's interesting because I was also going to do a pick a card reading on will you stay together or will you get a divorce. So please message me in the comments. Let me know if you want me to do that video. I think that's going to be a separate video, to be honest with you, of what's going to happen there. I really want to leave off here. I actually feel like group one, it's a very interesting dynamic that you have with this person. Please let me know in the comments what you think, and if how things are going. You know, it's so funny. The bottom of the deck, there was the the Judgment card, which to me is about a fresh start. Some of you really want to have a fresh start with this person that you're interested in, fresh. But there's history there, so it's going to be hard. It's going to be interesting to see how it turns out when you have history with this person. You know, and to me, it's still going to be a 50% chance that you end up with this person. And it's just going to depend on the choices and decisions that you and they make. So I'm going to stop there for group one. I'm going to move on to group two. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing, all that stuff. And definitely give me a thumbs up because it helps my channel. And I'll be back again for more. So thank you guys so much. Okay, so I am back doing your pick a card reading for everyone who picked group two. Picked the second card, and this was the card. Looks like this. This was the Knight of Wands for group two. For my pick a card reading. Now, this pick a card reading is answering the question of is this person your soulmate? Is this person someone that you're going to end up with? And is he or she the one? Okay, so the thing about the Knight of Wands, I just want to say this. The thing about the Knight of Wands is someone who can cruise into your life and cruise out very quickly. The Knight of Wands doesn't always stay put. You know, you can see in the card, he's riding on this lion that's got 1 foot off the ground. So to me, it's just like someone who's like maybe 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out of the door. Some of you who are interested in this person may or may not be interested in a long-term relationship, and they may or may not be someone that stays in your life for a long period of time. So to me, the answer for group 2 is a no. I feel like it's more of a no if you pick this card. But let's just see what the cards say about the situation. Maybe, you know, things will change in the future. So yeah, I feel very strongly that this person that you're interested in is not your soulmate. Now, they may have been some kind of lover or friends with benefits or something like that, because we've got the 2 of Cups in the past. So maybe you hooked up with them in the past. Maybe there was some sexual tension or chemistry or interest. These could also be having feelings for someone, because to me the 2 of Cups can indicate feelings. It also indicates friendship. So some of you may have been friends with this person, you know, and or you may have had children with this person, because this can also indicate a long-term relationship that you've already had in the past. The thing is, you have the Tower crowning you. So to me, this is final. To me, the answer to this question about is this person the one, the answer is a hard no. And the outcome's the 7 of Swords. So to me, this is like maybe there was cheating, or maybe there was some element of deception or some element of turning away, in the sense that like maybe they're no longer talking to you, they're no longer in contact, they turned away from you. But like it's like for whatever reason, you know, that they turned away, it's not. To me, this is not a person, this is not the person that you're going to end up with. I don't feel like this is a person that is long-term relationship material, in the sense that like they are not focused on love at this time. They're focused on great wealth and maybe achieving some element of fame or fortune. Some of you may be interested or asking about someone who's famous, or someone who may have, you know, great wealth, because we got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse is someone who has a lot of money, who's very generous. They have more than enough for themselves. This is someone who has more than enough to pay like the bills. It's not about the bills anymore. It's like, you know, donating to charities and like going to auctions and buying Ferraris. I don't know who does that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, this is someone who has great wealth, like a lot of wealth. And so if you're asking about this person, there is a lot of confusion about this person, and there is a lot of, to me, deception. To me, this group 2, there's just a strong element of deception, like things that you do not know, lies, like outright lies. To me, this is outright, like we have the Moon card in the center of the reading. So someone who's like, to me, they also have like a shield or a wall across their heart. Like they're not capable of loving you. Some of you may be interested in a person who's not capable of loving you back. They're not capable of loving you. There may be drugs, there may be alcohol problems, there could be mental problems. I mean, like, the list goes on as far as, like, what's wrong with them. The problem is like, you can have all the excuses, like, reasons why they may or may not want to be with you, or it may not work out, but at the end of the day, I feel like you're wasting your time. At the end of the day, if they're not capable of loving you back, if they are focused on other things and not interested in a relationship, if they're in another relationship or have something else going on at the same time, even if, like, let's just say that they say they're single, I would really highly doubt that they actually are single. I would really highly doubt that they're sincere about wanting commitment. To me, this is not a commitment person. This man or woman is not a commitment person. Like, they do not want commitment. And actually, some of you know, they have said before that they do not want commitment. They've said before, like, hey, this is not going to work, that this is not commitment. I don't want commitment. I just want to have sex, or I just want to, like, hook up, or I just want to, like, whatever it is that they say, like, that's where they're at. Like, they are not in a place of wanting a relationship with you. And I don't feel like going forward you're A, respecting yourself, staying involved with this person, or B, respecting what they want, because they don't want it. Like, to me, like, that it's very strong that they don't want it. And that's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow for someone. To me, the element of maybe it's rejection, or maybe it's to me, there's an element of desperation here. I hate to say this, guys. Group 2, whoever picked Group 2, there's an element of desperation. You wanting something very badly. Now, some of you, like, this is like a partner that you're in, that you've been involved with, and you want to know, like, if this is going to actually, like, happen. Like, some of you want to know if the person that you're involved with is your Mr. Right, is, like, the one for you. Because maybe you have invested your time with them. Maybe you have had some kind of long-term thing and you're invested. Like, some of you, you're invested, and that's the problem. The problem is that you're invested and you don't see this relationship progressing, or you see this relationship has problems. And some of you are, like, holding on to some kind of hope, or like it's like a wing and a prayer, that this is going to work out. You know, you're really hoping that this relationship is going to work out, and I don't see it. I can't say that I see it when I just don't see it. Some of you do have, like, someone on the side too. Like, either they have someone on the side or you have somebody on the side. Like, to me, this is like, there's a lot of third party situations here, like a lot. So it's sort of like the person that's interested in wanting to know, like, is, you know, your husband or your wife, the soulmate? And the answer is no. The soulmate is like the person that you're hooking up with on the side, or the soulmate is the person that's like your best friend. I actually feel like for some of you, like, you've been married and you have literally, like, a best friend or somebody that's, like, very close to you, and they are your soulmate. To me, they are that person that you have this strong connection with. Now, are you going to end up with them? I feel like some of you have been on the fence for a very long time about it. Some of you, it's like you don't want to let go of your friend, maybe a friend with benefits or whatever on the side, because you're like, you don't want to lose them. Like, you want to hang on to them. Whatever, there's an element of hanging on to stuff. There's a lot of timing too here. You know, things happening in a weird time, things falling into your lap. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Some of you, it's like your biological clock. Some of you, it's like you're worried that you're going to run out of time. You're worried that maybe you're not going to be able to have children, or, you know, there's some element of fertility. Some of you, like, maybe you've had fertility issues in the past. You know, there's an element of fertility, you know, and you're still, you know, you're still in that place of, you know, you're thinking about fertility. Like, some of you are very strongly thinking about it. I dropped a card. Hang on just one second. So yeah, to me, this is like a hard no. I want to say it's a hard no. Some of you may, like, you may end up waiting or holding on to some hope that this person, that things can change. And, like, you're in a place of, like, I don't know, like, I want to say denial or disbelief that it would change. Or like, maybe you're thinking that it will change because my guy said they're a pill, and I call some people, like, pills, in the sense that, like, they make you feel really, really good. Like, when you're together with that person, the high is, like, higher than any high that you could buy. Like, it's a high. And some of you, relationships are kind of like a high. Like, they are the high. And here's my thing about that. My thing is that life isn't fair. At least not, yeah, in the karmic sense, but at least not according to me. The world according to Beth. The world according to Beth, life is not fair. We don't always get what we want. We have to grow up and we have to become an adult and pay our bills and go to work. And there's not a lot of things that we can get from life that are, as we age, that are kind of just the juice, the things in life that make things worth it, you know? And one of those things that makes it worth it is to have someone in your life that makes you feel like you're invincible, you know, that you can do anything, someone that really loves you, you know? It's a natural high. It's, you know, all that dopamine or whatever that goes on in your brain, you know? For that reason, I don't think necessarily that this is the worst thing in the world, but I think that if you were wanting to know if this person is the one, then I think the answer is no. Regardless of how good they make you feel in the moment, or how good they made you feel in the past, or regardless of, here it is, here's the real one, regardless of how good your relationship used to be. Because some of you, you've stayed in a relationship past the point where it's good anymore, like it's no longer good. And I always say it's a sign from God that your relationship is supposed to end. You're not supposed to be with that person after a certain point. And that's the element of timing. I feel like the element of timing is sometimes there are relationships that, and actually all relationships have a timing element. We are locked into this timing element. And the timing element for some people is shorter than others. But you know when a relationship's grown toxic. You know when you've outgrown that relationship, when it's no longer healthy, when there's a lot of arguments and you know, disagreements, you know. So I just want to say that, like, I feel like for some of you, you're going to hold on to hope that this relationship is going to go back to the way it used to be, or you want to go back to the way it used to be, you know, which I don't blame you. But does it have very much of a future? Okay, I know what this is. Okay, so I told someone very close to me about this, and I made this analogy. Would you rather have a relationship that's like a sunny day with a few clouds going by? Or would you want to have a relationship which is like a stormy, cloudy day with a few rays of sunshine? And that's some food for thought for you guys for group 2. That's some real food for thought, because most people, they somehow end up with the cloudy day relationship, which gives them a high a couple times a year, or they sit in a relationship because it's comfortable, and they don't understand that they could have this sunny day relationship with a few clouds, but they don't bother to try, or they don't want to break up. So group 2, you have some things to think about. I'm going to leave off here. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing, all that stuff. Definitely give me a thumbs up because it really helps my channel, and I'll be back for more. Stay tuned, group 3. If you're going to watch for group 3 and continue on, definitely message me in the comments on what you think for group 2. All right, take care. All the best. Okay, so I am back for group 3. Group 3, this card is the card that I pulled for your group in your pick a card reading. The cover looks like this. And yeah, this is the Chariot card. For those of you who picked this card, that's what this card is. And the Chariot card is a great card about success and things happening, moving very quickly, and a lot of positive things. To me, this is like the element of good news too. Some of you, this is driving too fast, or someone that the person that you're interested in is just driving very fast, or very fast, whoa, and a whole bunch of cars just like jumped. Hang on just a second. Yeah, like to me, this is element of someone like that you're interested in. The element of speed here could be a very like a whirlwind romance kind of thing too. So going back, if you're just starting now, this video is talking about this picker card reading is really about, is the person that you're interested, are they the one? Are they your soulmate? And are you going to end up with this person? Are the person that you're wanting to know about, is this going to be someone that you're going to be with long term? And I said in group one, you know, to me a long-term relationship is longer than like 5 years. You know, to me it's like a longer thing. It's not just a 3-month thing, you know. So anytime the Chariot card shows up, to me it's a very strong yes card. It is a very positive card. I do want to see what else we get for you. Some of you from group, some of you from group 1 are watching to see you're showing up. There's a lot of cards from group 1 that's showing up again. So I'm going to shuffle a lot and see what else I get. But group 1, it's like almost the same energies. So please bear in mind, energies can show up, and that's totally fine. I find pick a card readings interesting for this reason. You know, some of you, there's always something to learn from each group. Hang on just a second. It's so interesting. There's a lot of people showing up for this group. A lot of people cards. So the person that you're interested in, let me tell you that either you or they have a lot of people around them, in the sense that they may work with people. They may, you know, have a job where they're like working with large groups of people. I don't necessarily feel like they work in an office, although they could. I feel like they work in a place where there's people coming and going, or they have like a huge circle of friends. Like some of you have a huge circle of friends, or they have a huge circle of friends, or maybe they are within like your circle of friends. And there's like a lot of ladies showing up here. So the Chariot card is a lady, okay? We also have the Fool person, plus we have the Queen of Cups person. My caution to you is that, like, I feel like there's like a strong element of attraction here. I feel like this group, like, this is someone that you want to sleep with, or someone who wants to sleep with you. But I would caution you in the sense that, like, I don't necessarily feel like, are they okay. So this is what my guide said. My guide said that they could be the one, but they don't know it yet. So it's sort of like, how to put it this way. Are they a soulmate? I feel like yes, they're a soulmate. But is the relationship gonna go long term? I feel like this person is quite young. I feel like this person has some growing up to do. I feel like you or they are quite young. And in time, maybe they'll come to realize that that there's potential there, that there's something there between you. I feel like there is something quite magical as far as your chemistry, because you have the Ten of Cups. To me, the Ten of Cups can indicate a soulmate type relationship, or someone who has very strong chemistry. You have very strong chemistry with someone. I also feel like there's an element of alcohol. It's funny, I was drinking water, and, I needed some water. Like, some of you are either really dehydrated or, like, there's some element of alcohol here. There's element of alcohol. Like, to me, this is someone that maybe you met, maybe you were out with some friends, and you met them at like a social group or at a party. Some of you work with alcohol. I mean, I honestly think like there's something about alcohol here very strongly. It's sort of like this. It's sort of like, I think that this group, the person that you're interested in, there's something very strong and special between you. But at the same time, like, it's almost like logistically, like, it's not meant to happen. And it's almost like things happen too fast. Like, it's either you sleep with them too fast, maybe you sleep with them on the first, second date, or like there's an element of things happening too quickly. And or that they're young, and or you're young, and there's going to be more people, and there's going to be more relationships, and there's going to be other things that come along, people, other fish in the sea, other people that come along that you either find more interesting or they find more interesting. I almost feel like this person does not know. They are attractive to so many people. They just don't know who to be with. Like, they may end up with someone who's completely wrong with them. Like, it's like they make poor choices in relationships. You may make poor choices in relationships, or they may make poor choices in relationships. I'm seeing that also, group 3. So, this is a very interesting group. Yeah, like, I feel like there's a strong attraction. You're very attracted to them. Some of you may work with them. To me, this is someone who you may work with. For some of you, this relationship is karmic in nature, which means like there's something that's very strongly that you're supposed to learn from them, or there's something that you're supposed to not do, and you're supposed to not do it with them. Now, that doesn't mean like just sex. I'm talking about like there's things that you're supposed to like not do, choices you're supposed to make that are very karmic in nature. And I feel very strongly that like it's like, to me it's like they're here to teach you a lesson, or you're here to teach them a lesson. But the lesson to me is about like I almost feel like they owe you something. They owe you something if you're female and you're watching. If you're male, you owe them something. That's how I feel like it is. The guy owes the girl in this case. Okay, that's just how it is. Now, doesn't mean that's always that way, but I feel like in this case it is. I feel like this person has no intention of having a long-term relationship with anybody. I feel like this relationship is based on pure like physical interest, and or like there's something that like intrigues you about that person and there's a connection there, but it's not enough to have, like, there's not enough other stuff to make it last. Like, to me, it's like you're interested in somebody where it's like they're not actually interesting enough in the sense of to keep your interest. I almost feel like this person is like a serial dater, or like someone who's like someone who does not like ever commit to anyone. Like, they don't know what commitment is. Some of you, like, they have so many options. Like, to me, this is like someone who has like so many options that like they just can't choose. And like if they got into a relationship, like there's going to be someone else who comes knocking on the door after they're in a relationship, and then like someone after that. Like it's like they're never going to have to worry about being single. Like I feel like I'm talking to someone who's interested in someone who's like, I don't know, it could be a sex addict, someone who's got like a sex addiction in the sense that like they don't they don't know what real love is. They don't know what real affection is. Like they're just like seeking and seeking and seeking out people to like be with. And or this is someone who, it's not a sex addiction. It's just like who they are. Like some people, like they have a massive circle of friends and they have a massive amount of options. And like you're interested in them and there's a connection, but it's like, even if, to me, it's like you're just one of the many. And they might see you as one of the many. And the thing is like, it's very important, especially if you're a female, like to see yourself as being special. I don't necessarily feel like they're going to be able to see that you're special. They might see you that you're special for like all of one day. And then move on to the next person, and they might see something special in that person. So I almost feel like we're dealing with like a narcissist too. Like for some of you, it's a narcissist you're interested in, or you're asking about a narcissist. Someone who loves, to me, it's like a narcissist loves everyone. They don't love one person. They love everyone. They don't know how to like, and I know it sounds weird, they don't know how to, it's almost like grade or they don't know how to make someone feel special, and they don't know who is special. They just don't know what that means. I think bonding with this person is going to be challenging. Like having a bond, like having something that's more deeper. And I feel like for those of you ladies who are watching, I feel like you deserve better. That's what I want to say. I feel like you can do better than this. Group 3, I feel like there's a level of like, just like, maybe you're just like throwing it out there to test me to see what you get. You know, in the sense that like, you're asking about a person that like, either you barely know, or you don't, maybe you slept with once, or someone that you have a strong attraction to, but like, this person that you're asking about is like, to me, it's not that they're not good. It's not like that. It's just that they have so many options that them choosing you is very unlikely, number one, and or you bonding with them is unlikely. And I feel for some of you, there's like going to be conflict. There's going to be conflict. Some of you, maybe this is someone that you're asking about. Again, could be someone that you've had a relationship to before, or you had something with, and there's conflict. And I feel like there's an element of like, you know, patterns and cycles of breaking up and getting back together, or, you know, fighting and then making up. To me, it's just like a pattern. It's like, you know, a little bit of group 2, a wink here for those of you who are watching, you know, you're in group 2. Originally, I said the answer was yes. But I think the question is, are you going to raise the bar? And are you going to look for something better, or are you going to settle? And even if the answer is yes, like, yes, this person's a soulmate, I don't necessarily feel like the relationship's going to go long term. And to me, that's a no. To me, like, is this a long-term relationship? The answer is no. And to me, it's almost like this is like, there's a strong element of temptation. There's a strong element. It's almost like I tell you no, like, no, it's not going to work out. And you want to make it work. Like, you want to make it happen even more. Like, it's almost like that kind of challenge is like a turn on for you. I feel like the person that's watching in group 3 or is asking about a person in group 3, the person that they're interested in is a challenge. To me, this is a challenging person. This is a challenging relationship. And some of you are up for it. Others, it's not going to go anywhere because the person that you're interested in is just not able to commit to you. To me, it's about understanding what commitment is too, but also understanding what you got, understanding like how to hold on to someone, how to cherish that person, how to make that person feel safe, feel loved, feel good. I don't feel like the person you're interested in is a giver. I feel like they're a taker. And I feel like they go around and they take what they can take what they get, and they have options, so they just take. And they don't know how to give back. And they don't know, they don't know how to be loving. And I feel like for group 3, you deserve to be loved. You deserve real love. You deserve to be in a healthy, happy partnership. So I'm not sure why you're settling. Okay, so I'm going to leave off here. Group 3, please, like, my suggestion for you is not to settle. You can do better than this. And don't chase this person. Don't chase this person down. Let them go. Let them be free. Because I feel like there's an element that they want of their freedom. And you may be interested in someone who, just does not have it in them to connect with you on like a deeper level. That's what I want to say. So that is all for now. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing, all that stuff. Definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this video. I will be back again for more, so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for all your lovely comments also. I appreciate it so much. And definitely follow me on Instagram and let me know what you guys think. And I'll be back again soon, so stay tuned. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I'll be back again for more videos. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.